Well, first of all, it felt really good to be at home this week, and I really like to thank the fans. I thought we had great crowds both on Friday and Saturday. I thought it was a good weekend for us because I thought we found ways to get better on our side of the net and still were able to execute our game plans against the two opponents this week. And I think anytime you're getting into this time of year and you can have intentional effort to get better on your side, I look at that as a real positive because I think you can get really complacent because you've been going at it for a while. So I thought we did a lot of things well defensively. We held both opponents to around 100 attack percentage, so if we can do that each match, I feel really positive about that. And there's a few things that went into that. You know, I talked last week about being a little bit scrappier defensively, and I thought we had more of that. But I think our blocking position, which is something we've been working on a lot, so our blocking placement was really good this weekend, which allowed much cleaner touches, which also allowed our backcourt to do some things better. So really proud of our block. I don't look at blocking as just the stuff block part of it. There's a lot of other things that go into blocking that I think we're continually getting better at. I do want to give credit to our team. We did something this weekend that we had not practiced at all. We did a blocking sub for Rachel in the front row. We felt we could bring Carly Spees in and put her in when we were serving to have her block. And then the other part of that is obviously we take Rachel out. She's the setter, the quarterback of our team, so we don't have her in there. So our team's ability to have people step in and if we get a good block touch or get a dig, step in and put the ball in front of somebody, I thought we just did a really good job of that. And that's on me that we haven't practiced that and still put it in there, but they really stepped up to that. So I was really pleased to see that, and we obviously will be practicing that this week and different people being able to do that. I thought our serving was really good, which I think in turn also helped our defense. Anytime you can get teams out of system and make them more predictable, it obviously helps your defense. So proud of that. Offensively, I felt like this week was probably the most balanced we've had with back-to-back matches. On Friday, I think we had four players in double digits, and then on Saturday, I think all five of our attackers that were in ranged from 7 to 10. And I just think that if we can continue to build on that, that is going to be a huge asset as we continue through the season. Obviously, things that go into that is our pass has to be there in order for Rachel to be in a good situation. Rachel has to do a good job of understanding what the opponent's defense is doing and being able to call plays. They're going to be effective. And then obviously I've talked several times about the versatility of our attackers, being able to hit different areas on the net, being able to hit different tempos is a big part of that. So I think we've done a good job with that. I still think we have room for improvement and ways we can still be better. So it's a pretty exciting time knowing that we can still be better at that offensively. So looking forward to continue to work on that this week. But just overall, a really good weekend overall as a team. The team performance, just everybody doing their part, different people stepping up. Really good to see this week. As Jarek said, we have a really tough weekend coming ahead. Illinois State and Bradley, who are preseason pick number 2 and number 3. And I just look at both teams. First of all, Illinois State, I always talk about how they're good on all sides. They're second, I think, in attack percentage, third in opponent attack percentage. So obviously both offensively and defensively. And what I think about them, they're very balanced, but they also have some really special players. Their setter is one of the best in the conference, and she's been out for a couple weeks and will be back full coming this weekend. She's kind of been easing her way back in, but will be back full when we play them on Friday. They have one of the best middle, Hoyt, who best blocker in the conference, and then her attack is similar to, like I've talked about with Piper, just being one of those kids that you push in transition, can hit anywhere on the net. Attack percentage, I think she's in the top 3 in the conference, so a really special player. And then Kaylee Martin is, I think, second in the conference right now in points scored, so one of those outside hitters that's a go-to player as well. So a lot of special players, but also a lot of balance. They play really well at home. I think they've done a really good job of getting good crowds, so it should be a really good environment on Friday as well. So we're looking forward to that match. And then turn around and play Bradley. Bradley and Illinois State just played each other this weekend. Bradley ended up beating Illinois State. So Bradley is just playing really well right now. They're a team that in my mind, can be very dangerous because of their balance, but also have some kids that we will focus on as well. Top 5 in every statistical category, so they do a lot of things really good. I love their left side 6 rotation player. I think she's the only 6 rotation player in the conference in digs as an outside hitter. But then she's that kid that can fire her arm, but has every shot. And I think she's only a sophomore, I believe, but has every shot in the book. So a very difficult player to defend. And also a team that is playing really, really tough at home. So looking forward to this really important weekend in this crazy conference race. As Chris knows, it's just been a really crazy year this year, but a lot of fun. Any questions?
Bobbi, you look at Inga's numbers over the weekend, incredibly efficient. What type of progress has she made during year 2, and what did you like out of what you saw of her there last weekend?
I think Inga, this has definitely been the best back-to-back performances that she has had, and I'm so proud of her because last year, we talked about her. She was a little bit more of a blocking specialist and kind of an offensive decoy. We did not set her the ball much, and she's had so much growth over the spring. But I think she's now developed a level of confidence. She's calling for the ball more. We do a lot of audibling through our system, and so she is very vocal, whereas before you never heard her. You never knew where she was along the net. And so she's demanding the ball a little bit more, which I think gives her a lot of confidence. She's also one of those kids that's very versatile. So if one part of the net attacking is not working for her, she has a lot of other options as well, and has some off-speed shots that she can do. So I think just her overall confidence has been a lot stronger. And I think Rachel's confidence in her has been a lot stronger. But it was really good to see her put back-to-back performances. And I think she's one of the reasons as well that it opens up for so many other people. When she becomes a factor, obviously that's going to open up other things for other people that are in the front row and allows a lot more flexibility for Rachel as well.
Now that we're through most of conference play, what have you felt about the schedule with these 6 p.m. Friday, 5 p.m. Saturday starts and the different kind of impacts you have with them?
Chris. I think, it's hard. I don't know how it affects attendance. We've had good numbers. I can't complain. We've had some really good attendance numbers, but, we do get some feedback that it's too early for some. For us, the Saturdays are a little bit tough because we have a lot of volleyball family, a lot of helpers that help us run our home management that also are part of the high school situations and the tournaments. So it's really hard for them to get to 5 o'clock matches. So, but, I've been really impressed with our fans and their ability to get here and still be supportive. And I think the positive is, when you're home or when you're on the road, you do get back a little bit earlier. But as one of my players said, what's the difference between 3:30 in the morning and 5:30 in the morning? So, but I think it's been a good test run. It'll be interesting to see at the conference meeting what other coaches have thought and what other administrators have thought. But I will say it hasn't been as hard as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would really affect our attendance, and I think our fans have done a great job of being there.
Going back to what you said earlier about Illinois State, how impressive has it been, not just certainly with how good the team has been the last couple of years, but what they've done facility-wise to really make that such a tough environment to play in?
Yeah, it really has. And they have really committed to that. And I think that it's definitely one of the best facilities, not just in our conference, but just in the country to be able to play volleyball. And I think, last year their attendance was much better than the year before, but this year they've just done a really good job. And part of that is the success they've had. They've had, they had a great non-conference schedule, had some great teams coming to that facility that really got people interested and obviously have stayed. But we're looking forward to a really good atmosphere. I know, they'll do a good job of making sure there's a lot of people at that match. It's a fun, big match. So we're looking forward to it. I think our kids love the opportunity to play in front of good, big crowds, no matter if they're for or against. It's just nice to be able to, play hard and work hard in front of people that are supporting the sport of volleyball.
Illinois State's the only team that's beaten you in a conference match. What do you have to do better or different in this rematch to extract a little revenge on that?
Yeah, I think, it was a while ago now, but I thought that was a match that I didn't think either team played extremely well. I thought both teams could have done things a little bit differently and a little bit better. But our biggest thing in my mind was the serve and pass game. We really struggled that weekend because that's one of the weekends that I talked about. It's difficult because it was a home match and our ability to serve and pass at home should be a lot stronger than what we performed. So it'll be interesting. And I think they could have done the same serve and pass. I think they just were a little bit better than us and a little bit better than we were out of system. So it'll be interesting. It's an interesting matchup. I think it's a tough matchup for both of us in some ways, but we definitely are very different than we played them the last time. I think we're a lot more balanced offensively, like I've said, and I like how our blocks improved. So hopefully those improvements will help us this weekend as well.
I know you can't change the schedule, but do you like the thought of playing them first and Bradley second? Is there anything to that, the way it laid out schedule-wise?
Yeah, I think with both of these opponents, it's just it really doesn't matter because they're both going to be, in my mind, the amount of energy that you're going to expend in each match is going to be probably pretty similar. They're both really good defensively, and hopefully we will continue with our defense. So there's going to be a lot of long rallies. Sometimes you play teams that side out a little bit faster, or you feel you can side out a little bit faster, so you'd want to play them possibly first. But I think you're looking at some long rallies in both of these matches, so either. All right, thank you.